Such a hogger.
I know. All this beauty just loves the camera.
I know. Always have to be all up on it. I mean, you had your shining moment that day, okay?
Oh, okay. I'll share the love. Oh, hey guys, what's up?
Hi.
So, Anson.
And Gladys.
Ivey Sports and Homestead. So, welcome back to our channel. And if you're not subscribed, go ahead and click down on that subscribe. Give us a thumbs up. Share us out to your friends.
Yeah. And
so, what are we doing?
We're just going to go through, a couple of questions that not only we have for ourselves.
So, we're actually going to be throwing out, it's kind of like a challenge to y'all. We are also going to be going and doing this. And this was for the first annual family reunion that was part of the YouTube family reunion in Pryor, Oklahoma, the meetup that we went and did. And I know there's several things that we would like to change if we could have done it again. I know watching some of the other videos, the people have talked about, I know Jason has talked about maybe possibly a different venue, just all kinds of different things. And there's a bunch of people that went through and basically said if they could do it again, this is what they would like to do. So we went through and we came up with 10 questions that we would like you guys to do a video on. And then
it's only to better ourselves and maybe for y'all to think about these questions as well, because it was our first time being there. And let's say we were a little underprepared for the crowd. There was
a lot underprepared.
We weren't expecting that much. I mean, it was our first time. Some of y'all it was y'all's second time. Mm-hmm. Though I do love the people that we met.
For some people might have even been to another meetup, who knows? But that's actually our first question was this your first ever YouTube meetup? And for us, yes, that was our very first ever YouTube meetup. So what was it for you? Was it your first, your second, your third? So,
and I'm only getting my feet wet in this, so sorry if I was a little shy out there.
Yeah, I'm more of the YouTuber, and I'm slowly. I'm reeling her in.
Yeah, he's slowly doing that.
I'm bringing her into the
I'm getting
the
there.
family.
I'm getting there. Yeah.
She's coming.
So it was our first meetup. So did y'all make a video? Because I know we didn't, and I'm so sorry.
So that's the second question. Did you make a video of the meetup? So we did make a video, but if you watched it, you really noticed that it was only, for the most part, my GoPro
that I had set up. On him.
It was basically for me, that way I can kind of watch and see who all came to visit us, because I thought she was going to be walking around taking video.
Give me a second. I did start, right? I
She
gave an intro, right? But then it was like squirrel. Like, it just I totally forgot to turn the camera around.
Because it was, like we said, her first time. She's really getting used to this whole YouTube stuff, so overwhelming. And I know watching a lot of other videos, a lot of people said the same thing, that it was just really overwhelming. There was just so much. Which is good. I mean, there was a lot to see, a lot to do, and I really wish that I would have spent time, to walk around a little bit and actually go see some other stuff. But I stayed at the forge the entire time.
Yes, so next time we are gonna, tweak and peek that some more. So
we're not gonna give away all of our secrets. If you want to see what's gonna happen, you're gonna have to come to the next meetup. But just know that we are going to come better prepared.
And that did lead us. We did just answer our question. What would you do different if you were going to go again?
Yeah,
and
so
that's
3.
What we would do different, along with a whole list that we've created of goodies that we will be bringing next time. And hopefully it'll be with the truck and not the Jeep. Thank God. So
with a truck and our travel trailer. And if you guys haven't had a chance to check that out, I'll post that up here in the corner. You guys can go check that out.
So, okay, here comes our fourth question. What about the event did you like the most?
So, do you want to go first? Or you want me to go first?
Me.
Go ahead.
The people. So many people coming to you, knowing you by your first name. It was like, wow, like, oh my God, I'm actually getting to meet this person live, like right in front of me versus via your electronic device.
Yeah, same for me is, I mean, some of these channels and some of the people that I met, I've been talking with them, chatting with them for over a year. I've been following some of their stuff for over a year. And finally being able to see them in person, talk to them in person, give them a hug, shake their hand, just whatever. It was awesome.
It just comes so easy. It feels like family.
And there were some people there,
able to talk to them.
They didn't even know that we were going, and they follow our channel. They didn't even know that we were going. So they came up and they're like, "Oh my goodness!" So that was cool.
It's nice. Yeah. It's nice that they can just receive you with open arms. You're there. You're accessible to them.
Yeah. All right. So number 5, what about the event did you like the least?
Mud. The weather, but it's okay.
Yes. So I did not like the mud because if for you guys that came and actually watched, me forging, you saw the big mud puddle that I was standing in for the most part, because that was grass, and I ended up sinking down a good 3 inches by the time at the end of the day.
We still haven't washed the Jeep either. Yeah, there's mud everywhere.
Jeep's still dirty. But I think for me is I didn't get out of the forge. So I didn't go walk around. I didn't go look at some of the other stuff. So that's really what I like the least is I put myself in that situation to where I just only worked. I only did my thing. And I didn't go out and look at everybody else's stuff. So that's more of a thing that I hated about what I did to myself is I kind of shortchanged myself, and I didn't get a chance to go out. Even though I met a lot of people, I talked to a lot of people, I still didn't get a chance to go out and look at all the rest of the stuff that was going on.
Yeah, but we'll change that.
Yeah. We're definitely going to change that.
Yeah. Okay, number 6, we have, if the venue needed to change, what is your suggestion? Huh? You want to go first on this one?
So I did watch a video of the Crockers, or was the Coffee with the Crockers, to where he had talked about possibly needing to change the venue for next year, because I know the very first meetup that they did there in Pryor, Oklahoma at the church, it was kind of like just getting their feet wet thing, right? Like. But that wasn't necessarily the first annual. So this one was the first annual, but going from that to this one, I watched the first one, and then seeing how many people were at this one, it did grow by 3 or 4 times the amount of people. So if it grows again that amount, the church isn't going to be able to handle that amount of volume of people. So I know it has been suggested of possibly moving and going out, not even necessarily in Oklahoma. It could even be in Arkansas, or it could be Missouri, or it could be anything like that.
In that vicinity. There was a lot of people.
But one thing that I do suggest is still keeping it central to the United States, because we have people coming from California. We came
Florida,
from Virginia.
Yes.
Have people coming from Florida. So you're still keeping that central location, but possibly looking into using a fairgrounds, or someone that has a lot of property with a big field, or just things that you can put up bigger tents. Obviously, weather permitted. We don't want to have another mud fest, but stuff like that. That's what we suggest, and not limiting the amount of vendors, because if you have a big enough space, you can have a lot of vendors and still have people paying in for a vendor spot to help cover the cost of that. That place that you're doing.
Are you just gonna have to bring your grill?
I'll cook. Hey, I mean, we had a few people there, right? We had some popcorn. We had. I didn't see what the other one was.
Oh, I saw popcorn.
Yeah,
that's
popcorn.
What she wanted.
That was good stuff. But I know there's other people, like my mom. She has a trailer. She can go and do food. She does the Navajo fry bread.
Gonna get everybody nice and big.
Oh yeah. And she already said that she would go.
Yeah.
But yeah, she does some really good food.
Oh yes.
But yeah, that was our suggestions is, look into some of those areas that you can utilize that is a much bigger footprint.
And on top of that, what do you think about the time frame? That's another thing. I mean, yes, we already had to go over there for family, but so this kind of like worked out itself this time.
Mhm.
But what about next time? Like say,
Well, that's another
for the
question that we
family.
have that we're going to get to that one later.
Yeah, for kids.
That's our last question.
Oh, that's
so
our last question.
We'll get to that one later.
Darn it, I'm jumping the gun.
Yeah, you are jumping the gun.
So, if location changed, would it stay alcohol free?
So this is actually one of the things that I know a few people have talked about. So there was a pre-party and a post-party that was at Hotel Pryor that did involve alcohol. I know a lot of the YouTubers and a lot of people that go do drink. Not everybody, right? But being at the church, everybody was respectful for that. Mm-hmm. Since it was at the church, that there was not going to be any type of alcohol involved. So that's kind of the other thing too, is I know some people had brought family pets, but they weren't able to bring them to the church because of that mm-hmm. venue. So if we were to move to a different location, would you have like a little area that would be set up kind of like a beer garden, or allow people to be able to bring their animals?
Well, yeah, I see what you're going.
Yeah.
Well, even with that, like if they do, how would they go about distributing that alcohol too? That's another thing.
There are vendors
and stuff like that.
Because I know there's vendors that do have trailers with mm-hmm. Beer or alcohol or such that already have their licensing, right? They're able to get that license to sell alcohol.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So that was just one of those things that, you know, if we were to change to a different location, would that become available? Because you might even have more people come out because they're alcoholics.
Yeah, but we try not to create a scene.
Not
either.
Alcoholics, but they're just they do enjoy a beverage.
Like you.
Here or there, like me. I do enjoy having a beverage here or there.
Yeah, I can see. Maybe they should do it like they do in the ships. Here's 2 tickets. Waste them. That's all you got for your beers.
Yeah. But then everybody scalped their tickets to where you still got like 6 or 8.
I don't know. So the next one. Oh, and if they're bringing their pets, I mean, I can puppy sit.
Yeah.
Take a couple of them home, right?
And number 8, we actually did kind of cover this in a previous one, mm-hmm. but as would you put a cap on how many vendors we could have? So if you were the person doing the meetup, that you were going to be the host, or even, you know, reaching out to Jason at the Crockers, or, you know, to Matt Payne, or to Alex.
These are
right. Those are the things. Is would you put a cap on the amount of vendors we have? Because I know for the most part, being at the church, you're kind of limited with space, mm-hmm. right? Because there's not really a whole lot of space at church, whether inside or outside. So I know that was limited.
And this time we had lunch, so that was a good thing.
Yep, and they provided lunch.
And they did provide lunch.
It was very good lunch at that.
So this is more of like a what if next time there is no lunch. Next time
we just kind of want you guys thinking more or less
mm-hmm.
as a person going to be, if you wanted to be a vendor, is that something that you would want to have more vendors there as competition type thing? Or would you want to have less vendors there mm-hmm. because then more people would see your product?
Yep. And then
I think more the merrier. Depending on space.
I mean, it's all of us helping each other out. So
mm-hmm. Yep.
I'm sure you have a lot of YouTube channels that, you know, make food. Like,
oh yeah, because another thing too, like if you're at a fairgrounds or you had a bigger space, yeah. then everyone could bring like a 10 by 10 tent. So I know for the people that were outside, they were more limited to an 8-foot table, and everyone just kind of went into a round robin. But if we were out more in open area or a fairgrounds or stuff like that, then everyone can have a 10 by 10 tent area, to where then you can have all kinds of stuff. You're not just limited to an 8-foot table.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And then our next question is, this is for vendors.
So if you were a vendor or you plan on being a vendor, mm-hmm. vendors only question.
Yeah. What would you like to see us bring or do? We've already had some, you know, ideas in mind already. Yes, we will be bringing, you know, some merchandise, some actual metal blacksmith merchandise that you can
Yeah,
purchase.
so this will be us. So for the next meetup, we're putting this out right now. We do plan on being a paid vendor for the next meetup. I was not a paid vendor for this meetup, so I did not sell anything.
This was more of like a test the waters for us.
It was.
To see what y'all were looking for, what was catching y'all's eyes. I know he was doing a lot of leaves. He was doing a lot of leaves. And yeah, so next time we will bring the leaves pendants, necklaces for women. We're gonna bring some bottle openers of all types.
We'll have stuff that's already pre-made to bring to sell,
and then we will have the big ticket item.
We will do our demos. We still plan on doing some demos.
Yeah,
and we will have some bigger ticket items that we can sell as well.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. So that's just a snippet. We're not gonna go really
into
far into detail. But whenever you're doing your video and you're asking this question, it is basically you're reaching out to your viewers. Is what would your viewers like to see you bring?
Yes.
Right. So that's what we're asking you. Is what would you like to see us bring to the next meetup as a blacksmith / homestead?
And on top of that, I know that this lovely lump of Yeti here. He is a blacksmith, not a bladesmith, but,
we're not going into detail.
We're going to be bringing in some stuff.
You're telling him way too much.
Okay. I'm not. Let's scratch that off. All right. So our last question, right, is going to be if the time frame / date,
like the date of the meetup, if it were to change, instead of being May 22nd, what date or time frame would you change it to?
Yeah, would you suggest? Okay, we do have family, a lot of family out there that actually, homeschools. And then you also have family that does not homeschool, that is actually
the kids are actually going to a public or private school.
So how do we gather all those that have families that are in school without having to take them out of school to kind of join in on this as well?
Yeah, people that are further away like us, we came from a further state, so we actually had to pull our kids out of school for 3 days.
Yeah, ours was for different reasons, and this was just a bonus.
Yeah. Well, our oldest, she was actually able to, since the time of what's going around.
She was virtual.
She was able to do virtual, but not every single school is allowing that. So we were blessed that she was actually able to keep up with her schoolwork. So she was granted permission to leave, but to still do her work. So and then our youngest, she was excused.
She was excused because
for 2 days.
We have some assessments that are normally done at the end of the week, so that's why she was excused for the first couple of days.
Yeah. So what would your time frame be? For us, we would like to see something closer to the summer, more or less in like July-ish or after July 4th.
That's what everybody gets.
Then most of kids, families, people that have kids, more people are able to come out for those events.
Yeah, more people are able to travel from.
Yes, it's going to be warmer, especially if you're outside. It would be a warmer events.
I
know that they were kind of trying to work around the weather, trying to keep it a little cooler and whatnot. But if you want the most for your buck with getting people out, then doing it during early summer would probably be the best bet.
That was our suggestion. But these are all the questions that we're asking, all the questions that we see.
And I will also put all the questions down in the description below. That way you can go in and you can read them out.
Yeah.
Print them out, write them down.
What y'all think? Yeah. What questions do y'all have? And why don't y'all answer these questions for yourself as well?
Yeah. All right, so that was all the questions that we're going to ask, and now we're going to go ahead and shout out. So just a few of the channels that we got a chance to talk to, and there were so many. I mean, there was probably, over 160 just YouTube channels. Yes. They're estimating probably around 500, 600 people that showed up. So that's not only YouTube channels, but also people that watch YouTube, all the viewers and whatnot. So, and no order, fashion, anything like that.
We're just going to go off of what we already have listed here.
Yeah.
first one for me. Thank you, Chrissy from Paragon Ridge Ranch. You made me feel so welcome. She was the first one to run up to me and she was like, Gladys. And I'm like, oh my God. Like, I was like so overwhelmed. Like, someone knows my name. Who is this person? But then I saw your face and I was like, oh, I know who this is.
Yeah.
So, because my husband has me watch, like,
yeah, she didn't recognize you right at first until you got a little closer.
Yes.
But that's mainly because I do like 90%, probably more of the actual watching of all these channels.
And you'll
like I said, I'm still reeling her in, and for the channels that I watch the most, I do show her, so she does recognize those faces. She does know those people.
Yes, definitely.
And I keep trying to throw out the names of people, and I'm still learning because I'm not.
Thank you for making me feel welcomed.
I'm good with names. Faces, yes. Names. But yes, thank you very much. You're awesome and a great person.
Yes.
And next is Ridgelife, right? Woo, go Ridgelife. So Tim, right? We definitely love you, brother. You're definitely one of the people that have helped our channel grow. You know, your whole watch and grow, and just some of the different things. Just you being you, you're an awesome community builder. And we really love you, and we definitely thank you for coming out to check out what we had going on at the Forge.
Awesome. Next is Simple Life Reclaim, Mel and Gary. Thank you for also making us feel welcomed.
Yes, most definitely.
And we are so excited to, at one point, we're not going to say when, hopefully in the future.
Yeah, you guys already know.
You know.
Because we've already talked to you off camera.
Yeah.
You know. So, we can't wait. We're counting the days. All right. So we definitely love you guys, and we will contact you as soon as we can.
Yes.
All right. Next up, we have Mary's Ranch and Wild Cooking. Miss Mary.
Yep. Miss Mary was also one of the first ones that came out to see us. Yes.
So the minute that she walked up, I heard voice. I was like, I know who that is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We got to talking. Sweet lady. Loved. Yep.
Yep. And I definitely think she's a very big supporter of the channel.
Yes.
Very big supporter of the Beard Up Challenge, one of the things that I've been doing on the channel.
Yeah.
I do thank you so much, because a lot of stuff that's going on with that, because it's for the blacksmith shop, helping us gather materials, gather tools, which I am actually going to be doing a video here really soon of ordering some stuff from all those funds, all those things that were given to us, donated to us, to help build the blacksmith shop and whatnot. So that's coming really soon. So, and you're a big part of that. Thank you very much.
Yep. And then an interesting man that came over from the Bearded Carpenter, Mr. Paul.
Yeah, Mr. Paul.
Yes.
Beard Envy.
Yes.
I love it. I love it. So I am getting there. It's not quite to that stature, but
too bad we couldn't take his inches.
Coming. I know.
Just to figure out.
So yeah, and with that Beard Up challenge that we are doing here on the channel, is you basically take a measurement from the bottom line of your lip, you shot it down. I am Team Bearded Yeti, right? And then we are going up against the Gypsy and the Vanilla Gorilla, and he is the Vanilla Gorilla or the Bearded Gorilla, right? So he's the other part of this whole challenge, and we're basically going through. So if you're measuring out your beard, you can even pull the hair down, measure it out, do either a quick photo, send it to me, or a quick video. You can just say, go Team Bearded Yeti, and then you send me the measurement, and I can add that to our month's total.
Yes.
And I did not bring anything to measure beards with for this meetup.
Or else you would have me doing that.
I probably would have had her doing it.
Yeah, we didn't think about that.
But yes, I definitely love going over to your channel, because like I said, in a lot of stuff, whenever Mel was videotaping, doing the Melovision, that's one of my passions I really want to get into, is the timber framing.
Yes, and he has so many videos.
So many videos, and just some awesome crafts, some awesome build videos, some awesome stuff. And whenever we get out to that area, I'm definitely going to look you up.
Yep, because he's right there, right along with Mel and Gary. all of y'all like live right,
really close,
so close to each other. So
especially because we want to be in that area. So, so I'll definitely look you up, brother.
So you have your next one, which is Hood's Custom Shop.
Yep, Mr. David. So he was the one out there with the mill, right? The bandsaw mill, cutting up some wood and stuff like that. I really want to get a sawmill. Being set up right there next to him and just smelling all the cedar and stuff that he was cutting up, it was so amazing. And so it was actually really quiet. I thought it would have been louder. Yeah. But I know that cedar is kind of like a softer wood, but it was like it cut through it like butter.
Yep.
But yeah, it was amazing.
And thank you for lending us your drill.
And definitely thank you for letting us use your tools, because no matter how much preparedness you do, and if you go back and you watch the video of ours of us preparing to go, we had a list of everything we needed.
That was my list, though.
It was her list,
that was
not my
your list.
So yeah, I forgot stuff.
Yeah.
So I thank you.
Yes, definitely. And one of our other ones is our cabin in the woods.
Mr. Tony. So this is kind of goes back to one of the questions about animals, right? Yes. He did have his dog Willow, but he had to leave his dog Willow at their campsite because they weren't allowed to have animals at the church. And I really wanted to see Willow. So that was kind of sad that we did not get a chance to do that. But I definitely appreciate you for stopping by. I learned how to talk.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's another one that as soon as he walked up and I seen him and I heard his voice, I was like, I know who you are.
Yeah.
And he even asked, he's like, you know who I am? And I was like, yes, I do. So yeah, great stuff. I mean, his beautiful cabin, y'all. So if you guys don't know who Tony is, go check out his channel and check out all of his animals, all the stuff that he's got going on in his garden. Good stuff.
And then we have Rockhill Farm.
Rockhill Farm. So this is actually one of the newer channels that we had met while we're at the meetup. Mr. Brock. So he does stuff, and we got one of his business cards. Yeah. And he does landscaping, stump grinding, tractor work, firewood, material hauling, and lawn care. Yep. So it's a lot of stuff that he is doing. And I do believe that he is out in the Arkansas area.
I don't remember.
I don't remember. So, but I do know that he did a lot of interviews. So he was going around to a bunch of people, and he's already done a quick interview of us. It was just a quick one, both of like myself and Hood's Custom Shop, and then a few other people, right? Of just kind of what he was doing out there. Yep, and he had already said that he loves the trades, so he was going to do a separate video on us, just like he did a separate video on Hood's Custom Shop. And we thank you, brother, so much for doing that and sharing us out and whatnot. And I've already subscribed to your channel, and I'm definitely going to look you up whenever we get in that area, because I know I'm going to need help with some tractor stuff.
Our next one is Jillian's Crafty Creations, handmade with love. So they don't have a YouTube. They are on Facebook and on Instagram. Yep. And I purchased a coffee mug or a traveling mug. So I love this thing already. Yes, it was like
beautiful work.
Beautiful work. I love the lid too. So the straw comes with it. It comes out, and you can take that out and have your coffee instead. So that's amazing. My coffee stays warm.
And she didn't buy me one.
4 hours or so.
Took all my money.
Loved it.
And didn't buy me one.
I did take your money. I'm so sorry.
But that's okay.
I
love her to death. So.
But yes, go ahead and check out Jillian's Crafty Creations. Yeah.
All right. And then up next, another card that we got was from Brazos Valley Soaps. So I know anybody that watches the Crockers knows that, that's the only soap and shampoo and conditioner. That's the only stuff that he uses is from them. So Nourish Your Skin, they do have some good stuff. We did end up getting a soap that looked like a little play button.
Yeah, it looked like the play button. My kiddo had it because she had it. She had it. That was the one that she wanted. She chose it and everything. played around with it and lost it. And it just broke her heart. She fell into a meltdown over it, and we left the campgrounds without
but that's okay, because now I do have the website, and we will definitely be ordering some more stuff from you.
Definitely.
And what's cool about that is that the Brazos Valley, where they are at, my stepmom actually lives right in that area.
Yes.
So if I had to, I'd say, hey, can you go over here and get my soap and send it to me?
Yes, you can.
But yeah, so definitely thank you, and we will be in contact.
Mm-hmm. So this next person, or should I say this next YouTube channel that we actually met, was the Altruistic Farmstead. So their little logo says they're on a mission. And probably so blurry. So if you check out their channel, they are based off of Oklahoma. They have 6 acres there.
Mm-hmm.
And it says in their intro that they are combating food insecurity, right?
Yeah.
They started all of this
the homeless and stuff,
while feeding the homeless, and they loved it so much that they've been doing that every Saturday since then.
Yeah.
So check them out. That's a new channel. They have about 90 subscribers.
Yeah, and altruistic, if you don't know what that is altruism is the principle and moral practice of concern for happiness of other human beings or other animals, resulting in a quality of life, both material and spiritual.
Yeah.
So that's awesome. And this is actually a newer channel that we've subscribed to, and we've been going through to watch some of their content. And that's cool. Helping out others is definitely, that's
what we should
no
be
greater
doing.
purpose in life, right? Is to help other
lifting
people.
each other up.
Lifting each other up, helping each other.
Mm-hmm.
And
So if we did not shout you out, we're sorry we didn't get everybody. There were so many of y'all out there. So many
people that came up and walked. So many people that came up and just sat and watched and
just enjoyed themselves. Yeah. Yes.
And I really enjoyed myself. I was so tired. Tired.
You didn't even sit not once.
Yeah, I didn't sit not a single time.
Not once. You were eating standing up.
I did eat standing up. And
yeah.
I definitely needed to drink more water, but that's all part of it. I still have fun. It's doing the craft that I love.
Yeah.
Playing with fire and hitting stuff with a hammer.
Yes.
It's awesome. I love it. But we definitely want you guys to play along with this. Make a video. Like I said, we'll post the questions down in the description. Tell us what you think. Go through what your experiences were, and if you could change them, what would you do?
Yeah. What would you do?
What would you do? So, you got anything else, babe?
No. So, until next time.
All right. Go Ridgelife. Oh, wait, that's the wrong channel. All right. See y'all next one.
Ciao.
Bye-bye now.